Hello, welcome back to Lulu Chinese. Many learners feel lost when they start learning Chinese pronunciation. They don't know where the sounds come from or how to control them. But Chinese pronunciation is not as complicated as it seems. In fact, Chinese has only about 400 basic sounds. Actually, it's fewer than English. In this video, I will show you how Chinese sounds are built, starting with consonants and how to pronounce each of them. After the explanation, we'll do a pronunciation practice together. Just listen and repeat after me. Try to follow me all the way to the end, because pronunciation only improves with practice. If you like to learn more Chinese with me, subscribe to my channel and keep learning together. Before we dive into the pronunciation of all the consonants in Chinese, I would like to show you a big picture, which is the syllable formulate in Chinese Mandarin. Every Chinese syllable follows the same formula: a consonant plus a vowel plus a tone. Consonant, vowel, tone. For example, plus a, which is produced as ma. Don't worry about the tones yet. We will talk the tones in another video. Today, we only focus on consonants. In Chinese, consonants are also called initials. They always occur at the beginning of the syllable. And once you understand where your tongue goes, you can easily master the pronunciation. Before we start to learn how to pronounce them, you have to know a term, which is IPA. IPA stands for the International Phonetic Alphabet. It's a system of symbols used to present speech sounds in a precise and universal way, no matter what language you speak. In Chinese Mandarin, the IPA sounds are divided into different sections, which are Bilabial sounds, Alveolar sounds, Velar sounds, Palatal sounds, Retroflex sounds. The last group, Alveolar Frictives. And each group of sounds has their own articulation, which means if you know where your tongue positions, and you can easily to pronounce those consonants. Okay, now let's get started. We start from the first group, bilabial sounds. We have 4 bilabial sounds in Chinese Mandarin, which are b, p, f. Bilabial sounds are made with both lips. Your tongue actually is relaxed. It does almost nothing here. B, lips close completely. Air is released forward. Please repeat after me. B, b. Well, Chinese b actually is different from English. Why? Because in Chinese, b is unvoiced, but in English, b is voiced. What does that mean, unvoiced and voiced? To differentiate whether it's voiced or unvoiced, you can use your hand to touch your vocal cord. If you feel your vocal cord is vibrating, then it is a voiced sound. If it doesn't feel any vibrating in your vocal cords, that means that sound is unvoiced. So now, let's try to pronounce again. Bo, bo. But consider about English, boy. When you pronounce boy and feel your vocal cord again, boy, boy, you can feel a strong vibrating, right? If you pronounce Chinese bo, there is not vibrating here. Bo, bo. For easy to remember, you can think of an English sound, spin, and the bo is Chinese bo, but it's not the bo in English, boy. Okay, the next one. And this one actually confused a lot of people, and they cannot differentiate this sound with bo. This sound is also an unvoiced sound, but the difference with bo is that, but when you pronounce this sound, you can feel some air comes from your mouth. So when you practice to pronounce this sound, try to put your hand in front of your mouth and to feel the air. If you can feel some air comes from your mouth to your palm, and then you pronounce correctly. P, p. And you can think of English word pen. When you pronounce pen, the first sound, p, is similar to Chinese Mandarin, p. Okay, so now let's practice the 2 sounds in Mandarin. B, p, b, p. The next one, The lips also close completely, but the difference from b and p is that when you pronounce the air doesn't come out from your mouth. Actually, it comes from your nose. It's similar to English sound. Mom. Next one, f. For this one, you have to use your upper teeth to touch your lower lip. Actually, it's similar to English f sound. For example, 5, f. Okay, now let's try to pronounce all the bilabial sounds together. P, 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 f. Okay, now we already know how to pronounce the 4 bilabial sounds in Chinese Mandarin. Now let's move on to our second group, alveolar sounds. There are 4 alveolar sounds in Chinese Mandarin, which are d, t, n, l. When we talk about alveolar sounds, actually, you should use your tongue tip to touch your alveolar ridge. So you probably doesn't know where is the alveolar ridge. The alveolar ridge is just behind your upper teeth. So that means when you pronounce these alveolar sounds, you should use your tongue tip to touch the area behind your upper teeth. Okay, now let's start with the. So now you can use your tongue tip to touch the area behind your upper teeth. The. The next one, t. The tongue position is the same as the. Use your tongue tip to touch the area behind your upper teeth. T. To pronounce t, you can feel the air comes from your mouth. You can put your hands in front of your mouth and to feel the air. T. If you can feel the air, and then congratulations, you pronounce it correctly. Okay, next one. You can notice that actually the tongue position is the same because it's an alveolar sound. The only difference between and other alveolar sounds is that the air comes from your nose instead of your mouth. Okay, another one. L. The same tongue position. Use your tongue tip to touch the area behind your upper teeth. L. You can think of an English word, lot. L. Okay, now let's practice to pronounce all the alveolar sounds in Chinese Mandarin. D, t, n, l. The next group, velar sounds. Velar sounds are made at the back of your mouth, which is the back of your tongue moves up to touch your soft palate. G. Next one, k. So I believe you already know that when you pronounce k, you can feel the air comes from your mouth. You can put your hand in front of your mouth to feel the air. K. Another sound, h. For this sound, your tongue stays slow and air flows through the throat. Let's practice together. H. Okay, now let's practice all the alveolar sounds in Chinese consonants. G, k, h. Okay, now let's move on to next group, palatal sounds. For palatal sounds, your tongue is flat and pushed forward, close to the hard palate, and your lips are relaxed, even slightly smiling. The first one, ji. Next one, qi. The same tongue position, but you can feel the air comes from your mouth. You can put your hand in front of your mouth to feel the air. Qi. Next one, xi. The same tongue position, and it has continuous air, and your tongue is very flat. A lot of people think that xi in Chinese Mandarin is similar to English she. Actually, it's not. When you pronounce xi, you can hear she, which means your tongue is too far back. Okay, now let's practice all the palatal sounds together. Ji, qi. Xi. The next group, Retroflex sounds. This group confuses a lot of people. They don't know where to put your tongue and how your tongue positions. Retroflex sounds are made by curling your tongue slightly backwards, and the tongue doesn't touch your teeth. Okay, now let's practice the first one. 知 知 知 Next one. 吃 吃 吃 When you pronounce 吃, you can also feel the air comes from your mouth. And you can put your hand in front of your mouth to feel the air. 吃 吃 吃 Next one. 湿 湿 湿 Next one. 日 日 日 When you pronounce these retroflex sounds, to make sure your tongue is curled. If your tongue is flat, then that is wrong. Okay, now let's practice them together. 知 知 吃 吃 湿 湿 日 日 Now let's move on to our last group, Alveolar Frictives. These sounds are made with your tongue close to your teeth, but not curled back. Okay, the first one. 滋 滋 ц 呲 丝 丝 The very big difference between retroflex sounds and alveolar frictives is whether your tongue curled or not. Remember, when you pronounce retroflex sounds, your tongue is curled slightly backwards. But when you pronounce alveolar frictives, your tongue is flat. Okay, now let's practice alveolar frictives sounds together. 滋 滋 ц 呲 丝 丝 Okay, congratulations! You have learned all the consonants in Chinese Mandarin. Now, let's practice them with me together. And I will also add some vowels to combine with the consonants to help you to memorize how to pronounce these consonants. B, b, 爸爸 p, p, 泼水 妈妈 f, f, 头发 d, d, 大象 t, t, 特别你好 l, l, 马路 g, g, 哥哥 k, k, 不客气 h, h, 合作 鸡 鸡 公鸡 七 七 煤气 西 西 学习 知 知 智慧 吃 吃 吃饭 狮 狮 狮子 日 日 日子 滋 滋 自然 呲 呲 刺猬 丝 丝 司机 Thanks for watching this video. Remember, Chinese consonants are not about letters. They are about where your tongue is. Change the tongue position and the sound changes. And in my next video, I will teach you how to pronounce the vowels in Chinese Mandarin. Subscribe to my channel to keep learning. I will see you in my next lesson. Bye!